sure that the conditioning and stuff too probably comes into factor with him, that he's not game ready yet.
Well, let's do that. Let's take a look at the injury report.
Injury Report is brought to you by Orthopedic Associates of Central Maryland. In pain, contact the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Central Maryland at mdbonedocs.com. Care this good feels good to the bone. Injury Report.
And Dr. Scott Adams joins us now, and let's start with that. Jalen Ferguson was, I guess, symptomatic with COVID, missed a few weeks, and now is back in a healthy scratch. Is there, you think, a build-up time to get himself back into football shape?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. I mean, he may be over COVID, and he may not be symptomatic anymore, but he's got to build up the conditioning. You know, he has to get his stamina back, his energy back. He has to be game ready. So it's two different scenarios. One is, hey, I'm over this illness, but am I really ready to go an entire game? And so I think based on this scenario, it's that he's just not ready from a conditioning standpoint to get back out there.
All right, Doc, what would you say, you know, like Rashad Bateman, who had the groin surgery, you know, and they're saying he's looking great in practice, you know, now that's another one that game ready. Because I don't think after having the surgery, you really can't re-hurt it, right?
Well, in theory, it would take a whole new injury.
Right.
You know, you don't clear these guys to go back out there until you're sure that this is as strong a repair as it's going to be. And at this point, it would have to take a whole new injury for him to get better. What I think is he was probably game ready a couple of weeks ago. I think he was healed a couple weeks ago, but then you have to go through the return to play criteria, and you have to kind of be able to do practice and do drills on your own before you really are game ready. So the way I see it was he was ready a few weeks ago from a cleared by your surgeon standpoint, but he probably wasn't ready to truly be out on the field until a few weeks after that.
To your point, he supposedly had a great week of practice before the Colts game, and they held him out and gave him an extra week, so you're probably right on the money there. What do you think is going on with Sammy Watkins?
Yeah, by all accounts, at least online, it's talking about it being a hamstring injury, and hamstring injuries are very common in the NFL, and luckily most hamstring injuries are a short time to recover. Now, a more severe injury can take 6 weeks or so to get better. By all accounts, though, we're hoping that this is just a few weeks, and once the muscle is healed and then he does the return to playing scenarios to get ready, then he should be 100%. The issue is going back too soon, and so this is the same thing where they're going to keep him out until they're absolute certain that this has got as low a chance of recurrence as possible. Then you let him go full speed.
Doc, let me ask you, you know, like a guy like Sammy Watkins, why is it like a guy always gets hurt? You know, I mean, he's never played 16 games, I think maybe 1 year out of his career. And, you know, and we were talking about it last week. Oh, you know, they're fortunate that all these receivers are healthy that, you know, where's Bateman going to play? Boom, we got a spot for you. You know, Sammy's being Sammy. You know what I mean? That's kind of what people
kind of do.
Yeah, and that's what they say about, you know, when's he going? We know he's going to get hurt.
Sure, and you know, I don't think there's truly a medical explanation for that. It just seems that some players are injury bug bitten. I mean, you look at like Michael Campanaro a few years ago. It just seemed like every time you got back from one injury, the new injury came. In reality, most of the time, they're truly unrelated. I mean, you do worry that if you, let's say you have a hamstring injury and then you come back and you haven't been warming up and getting game ready, you could then pull your quad. But at the end of the day, I think it's really just some players just seem to be bad luck.
Hey, Doc, you know what I did one time? Like, I had a hammy, you know, and it wasn't totally healed, and then I'm out there playing, and because I was compensating so much with I pulled that one too.
Sure, yeah, and you do see that not only with muscle injuries, but you see it with all types of stuff. You do worry that you focus so much on one side that maybe you let the other side get deconditioned, or you are favoring one side and therefore you're prone to a different injury.
Dr. Scott Adams, as always, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Great, thank you guys.
Thanks, Doc. It is Baltimore Game Day Uncensored pregame show. We are live from the Jameson Fan Zone here at the Horseshoe Casino, footsteps away from M&T Bank Stadium as we get you ready for football. Ravens and the Chargers. We'll come back. We'll climb the depth chart. We'll go behind enemy lines, and we'll get that first look at the weather with meteorologist Vinny Serrato. Baltimore Game Day Uncensored, taking you up until 1 right here on 105.7 The Fan.
Make some noise for the Green Turtles free jersey giveaway. All season long, the Green Turtle is giving away officially licensed authentic jerseys.